up, bro?
Camilo Villegas into the interview room, making his 8th career start at the Sony Open in Hawaii. Camilo, welcome back. We can get some comments on being here in Hawaii this week.
Yeah, I like it here. It's a. That good? Sounds good. I don't hear myself. Okay. Yeah, happy to be here. It's a pretty cool place. It's far. I always say it's far. I always forget how far it is when I get here. But once you get here, it's good energy. The golf course is in great shape this year. We've played 3 days with totally different wind than we're going to get the next 4 days, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. 2025 is an important year for me, and it's time to step it up.
You've been a busy man on and off the course of late, but talk about on the course and what your goals are for this season.
Yeah, I think last year was a bad year from a performance point of view. I did work a lot on my swing, and I think the swing is where I wanted to be. After winning, I kind of how do I say it? I kind of felt like kind of bought a little bit of time, and with that, I kept working on my swing, but I lost a little bit of focus when it came to performing and posting a score. So the goal this year is to perform, plain and simple. Just gotta play golf, compete, post scores, and see where I finish at the end of the year.
All right, we'll open it up to questions. Get a microphone to you if you have a question.
That's fine. We don't need it.
Is there any sense of urgency, maybe more urgency than before, just because it's on season and we have to start?
Well, with the way the schedule is and my status, which is not being into the signature events, yeah, there's a sense of kind of urgency when it comes to playing. You got to play kind of what you get in, and not only that, but you got to perform. Obviously, it would be unbelievable to get to a great start. It would be unbelievable to win a golf tournament, completely change the schedule for the rest of the year. But we're playing for less cards this year, and it's going to be very competitive. I think players are going to be playing quite a bit this year, and it's going to be a dogfight out there, which is cool too. The pack is one thing. The board, I heard, is a completely different thing. And yes, it's gonna be one of my priorities too, is to manage time better, on and off the golf course. If we go back to last year, I felt like I was putting the time, but I was lacking the focus when it came to my game and stuff. So this year, one of my goals is to be more efficient when I get to the golf course, take care of business when I need to take care of business. And then when it comes to the board stuff, obviously I'm representing a large group of players, and I gotta find time to just kind of communicate with people and talk about it. But I need to find a way to kind of separate a little bit what's my training, my practice schedule, and then doing my other role as a board member.
What did you learn from attending the board meeting in November that you weren't expecting?
A lot of smart people sitting there. Interesting dynamics. It goes faster than you think, even though it was a long day, 8:30 to 4:15 probably. You got to be on top of your material. You have to be prepared. It was very interesting when I got there, and a lot of the board members had everything printed with notes and everything separated. When we got to that spot, they were ready to discuss and ready to give their input. Obviously, some of the people sitting in this board meeting are members of many other boards and the business people, and they very involved with sports and different leagues. And I'm really looking forward to learning from them, and I'm really looking forward to just kind of giving my honest feedback, opinion, and adding my 2 cents.
You were a top 50 player for a long time, so you understand that. Like now you're on the outside. Do you feel like you're representing a certain kind of player?
No, not at all. I mean, I'm representing the PGA Tour, and we want to have the best product. I need to put myself out of the equation, and I think if every player director can do that and think about the game, we're not here to. We're here to represent everybody. We're not here to represent a portion of this large group. We're here to represent the game, and you just can't let your personal interests get in the way. There's a lot going in the game of golf, and we need to, or hopefully we get it right. And I've always said the game of golf will win. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a tangle rope to be untangled. Sometimes we wish things happen quicker, but it's complicated. There's a lot going on, but I think everything will be good.
Do you have an opinion on whether guys at live should be allowed to come back? The reason I ask that is this: is what do you do with your opinion as a voice on the board compared with representing, the rest of the players?
Well, yes, I think it does. So. I do have opinion and feelings when it comes to live guys coming back and playing with us. But I also have understanding on the status of the game of golf and what we need to do for our fans and our sponsors and everybody. And I think best players need to play together sooner rather than later. And we need to kind of bring back certain excitement that we've kind of lost because of all this other chatter that's gone around. Let's bring competition. Let's get the best players together. And let's put our egos aside. Who stayed on the PGA Tour? Who went to live? Who cares at the end of the day? Let's make the game of golf win and try to make the right decision. Well, who knows where that one's going to end up? I mean, everything's on the table. We're just listening to the fans, to be honest. I mean, this fan-forward research project has giving us a lot of information that we didn't know before. And it's nice to see the fans getting engaged and giving us information of what they want and why they want it. It's up to us to kind of listen to them and try to, in a way, give them what they want to make the game better for them, for the viewer, and obviously everything needs to be kind of logical within the scheme of the history of the game. And but the door's open to kind of do some changes. And again, I don't know what those changes are going to be, if they're going to be for 25 or 26, but I know we're working hard on trying to make the right decision. Something on the table that I'm passionate about. No, I mean, I'm passionate about the game. You know what? This is my 20th year on the PGA Tour. I never. Something that can be better. I think it's a tricky question because there's a lot of things that can get better, but I think bringing excitement to the fans is very important, and we've seen it with all this research, and that's what in a way what keeps the engine going. It keeps the engine going for the corporate world, for sponsors, for TV, for viewership, and it creates the best product. If people want to watch golf, it's because we're doing a good job in terms of putting a good product out there, good entertainment, good competition, good engagement, good kind of media, social media, all this kind of new world, and that will bring profits for our new entity, and it will bring a lot of dollars for charity, and it will bring a lot of good stuff for the game. and opportunities for younger players, and the whole pathways committee on the pack is where I was last year, and I think it's pretty cool to see how guys can get on tour. I mean, I know with all this kind of going to 100 cards and instead of 30 players from the Corn Ferry to 20 players, a lot of people are saying it's become a closed shop, and I totally disagree. I mean, I was on the Pathways committee last year, and there's more pathways to get on tour today. There's definitely a lot more pathways to get on tour today than there were when I was playing college golf. So I think for these young kids to have an opportunity with the university PGA Tour U and to play out here or play on the Corn Ferry Tour and test their games and give an opportunity to kind of pave their way to play against the best players in the world. That's I think the tour's doing a great job when it comes to that. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. I'll be working hard this year, but I think I would go Corn Ferry. Yeah, I mean it is Corn Ferry or Q School if you think about it. I mean, I'm not. I could go to Europe. That's a good one. And I did both tours in 2008 and 9 or 9 and 10, and not being from Europe and having a chance to play Ryder Cup, it doesn't make too much sense for me. I mean, having a family, being from Colombia, spending time in Florida, having to travel all over the world at 43 years old, it just doesn't excite me as much. But if you asked me that question 15 years ago, I could have said easily Europe. But I had a chance to play the Corn Ferry Tour last year, and it's a good tour. It's good people along, young guys. I enjoy spending time along with the younger players, and that's probably what I would go. But let's hope that's not the case. I think it's been time for a long time, and they've done a good job. But I've always said the PGA Tour Americas and the Corn Ferry Tour should play for more money. I know there's people out there that disagree with me, but these guys are extremely competitive. And yes, you do want to be out there to get out here. That's the purpose. But that's not the case for everybody. And we don't want guys quitting the game just because they cannot make a living out there. Some guys it takes 2 years, some guys it takes 5 years, some guys it takes 10 years before they get out here and have a successful career. So it'll be nice to see them playing for a little bit more money. I watched a little bit of the opening here in the clubhouse, and then I had dinner, so I kind of didn't watch the rest. I have no clue. I don't know enough about these younger generations and how they want to watch this sport. As a traditionalist myself, I would have liked to see the guys a little bit more serious when they hit good shots, when they hit bad shots. I felt like the little bit I saw, the competitive aspect was kind of pretty relaxed and chill. But again, I don't know. I don't know what the viewer wants to see. Is it going to be a success? I don't know. Time will tell. I think we need to grow revenue on that tour. We need to try to do a better job in terms of making it more a sustainable product. Can we do it? I don't know. We do subsidize purses out there. I forget the dollar amount, but we can work on all areas. But I do think they should be playing. I mean, we're playing for so much money on the PGA Tour. I don't see why those guys on the Corn Ferry. I don't see why they shouldn't be playing for a little bit more.
Which at the board meeting, which of the player directors had the thickest stack of notes coming out?
I don't know. Good question. I mean, it was more the other guys, to be honest, than the players. I mean, I got there, and I see Arthur Blank, and I see all those guys, and it's like they have this whole thing like this. And I'm like, you know what? That's smart. I mean, there are a lot of those guys are older, more old school. But if you think about it, when you go prepared to a meeting like this, it's hard to, if you have a digital copy, it's hard to get to it, you know what I mean, unless you have your notes. When you have a freaking little post-it there, you just freaking go like this, and it's like, you know what? I know. I mean, it was quite a bit of content for that board meeting. I think it was over 200 pages, and but yeah, that will be me next time.
Everybody wearing ties?
No,
Nobody?
no, it was you got a little bit of everything. I was coming from where? Where was I coming from? Oh, I was coming from Bermuda. I definitely didn't have a tie in Bermuda, so I was not wearing a tie. I was wearing J's and some jeans, so I was nice and casual.
What's the best advice you've been given about being on the board?
Best advice, I think. One, you got to be thoughtful, analytical, and make your own opinions. I mean, if you be true to yourself. Don't let yourself kind of be moved around by other guys' opinions. You just do your thinking, your analysis, and give your honest opinion.
Nobody asked about the putting today. Nobody asked about equipment changes.
I know. I kind of knew that was going to happen.